Man, if Putin was my son, yo, he would be getting the belt every day, bro. He would be getting the belt every day, man. I bet that set him straight. Like the teacher would call, like, yeah, your son, he tried to conquer someone's table again. It's becoming a trend lately. I don't know what to do with him. I mean, okay. So he likes conquering shit, huh? Okay, he gonna conquer this belt when he get home, alright? Okay, so your teacher called, you tried to conquer something again? Like, what's going on? Got the belt behind my back. Like, what's going on? Okay, you think conquering is gonna be in your future, huh? Let me tell you something, young man. Let me tell you something, young man. If you think you're gonna disgrace this family's name, man, you got another thing coming. Now turn around. You can conquer this belt. You can conquer this belt, okay? Okay. That relates perfectly to this video, okay? Now, that intro I just did, I have a different intro in my notes right here. I'm not even gonna lie. The intro is a little different. I just thought about it. I'm like, okay, let me do it a little differently. But seriously though, like, do y'all think that's what, okay, do y'all think that's what Putin needed, like, when he was a kid? That type of discipline? Or, like, do we think he got that type of discipline and he still ended up that way? Because people try to rationalize and explain that kids that get disciplined turn out better, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I mean, I got disciplined and look how great I turned out, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the logic and the mentality they have. So, I mean, you could be people are on the fence about that, like the discipline in themselves, the kids and whatnot. Like, people are on the fence about that, but like, you know, do you think that's what would have been needed for someone like a Putin? You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think, y'all, okay?
Now let's be facts.
Or do y'all think he needed more of a loving and nurturing kind of a thing? That's what I say. People are on the fence about that. Because people is like, you need to discipline them kids, you know, you need to let them know what's up, right? Or you gotta be on the side of like, oh no, son, like, hey, you can't be conquering no tables, you can't be doing shit like that. Like, you know, you gotta be, you know, a regular human being, you know, not a dictator and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Like, how, like, you know, you gotta tread the line sometime, you know? And now, an American actress, she had a little nice spoken word, a little nice poem she wrote about, you know, Vladimir Putin. And to say, okay, I'm not even gonna say nothing before. I'll let y'all hear it. I'll let y'all hear some of it, not all of it, okay? I'll let y'all hear some of it.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky. If I was your mother, the world would have been warm. So much laughter and joy, and nothing would harm. I can't imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation of thought quickly taught that you lived in a cruel, unjust world.
So, this actress, okay, Annalynne Mccord, she took time out of her day to write down this poem, and she took even more time out of her day to record this shit and upload it. She must have thought this was gonna do something. She must have thought Putin would have been in his fucking throne. I bet he's sitting on a throne in his office. You know, he could be that type. You know, to be on top of the world, on top of the world and shit like that. She probably thought he was gonna see this and be like, man, you know what? cancel all the strikes. Cancel all the strikes on Ukraine. That was my Russian accent. I know that was horrible, but I tried, I tried to be a little creative in the moment. Well, yeah, she must have thought Putin would have saw that and really had an epiphany or something like that. Like, you know what? Cancel all the strikes on Ukraine. Okay, let's cancel. Oh God, that was horrible. I'm sorry if there's any Russian people watching this. I'm sorry. I know that was horrible, but like, I was trying to be creative in a moment. But seriously, I don't know what she thought was gonna, like, I don't know what her intended outcome. Oh, not income. Oh my God, thinking about money right now. But I don't know what her intended outcome. What did she really expect was gonna happen by her making this video? Like, bro, seriously, like, if she was my friend, I'd be like, okay, it was nice and all, and I ain't gonna front, but it's a little misguided. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, do you think he's gonna find this shit and change all of his ways? Like, it's a little too late for that. I appreciate you though. It was a nice poem. I could see you putting a lot of effort into this shit, but nah, you just wasted. You literally just wasted your time, and you look like a fool now. You look like a clown. I'm not even going for you. Look like a clown. People were saying it's cringy, and it was. I will not lie about you. I will not lie about that. But it's cringy. But to a certain extent, I had to look at it more critically. For my channel, for my job. You know what I'm saying? I have to look at it more critically. Because while I will say it definitely was a little cringy, on the other hand, I'm like, you know what? She might be going somewhere with this shit. Just hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. And just a FYI, this isn't a video on what's going on in Ukraine because it's too much shit going on. I don't know what media outlet to listen to when it comes to that. I don't know what media outlet to listen to when it comes to that. So this is not about what's going on in Ukraine. This is more about Putin, the man, and that, okay? Just a FYI. Now, to me, this brings about a very interesting topic because I'm not even gonna lie, I've come to wonder certain things about people. Like, as I've gotten older, I started to wonder, like, where did it all go wrong for you? Like, what was that moment? It may not always have been just one solid concrete moment, but what was that turning point in your life to where, of course, everyone is like a regular, rational, of course a little bit crazy, but everyone starts as a rational thinking human being. What was that moment that just, like, I don't even know how exactly to describe it, but like, what was that moment to where you're no longer that rational thinking human being, that regular, normal human being? Like, what was that turning point, bro? I'm not gonna lie. What was that turning point? And I asked that question because I just be thinking to myself, like, what causes someone to become a dictator? Like, what causes someone to want that type of power and shit like that? Like, you're not born like that. I don't think that's something in your DNA. You could prove me, you could tell me if I'm wrong about that. Like, if any medical people watch my channel, you could tell me if that's a part of your DNA. I don't believe that. But if there's some concrete scientific shit about that, I'll gladly be proven wrong about that. But I don't think that's a part of your DNA. Like, you're not just raised to want to conquer shit, want to conquer large things like countries and shit like that. Don't get me wrong. As a man, I'm not even gonna front. I think that's more about in our nature to want to conquer things. Like, I want to conquer this nice ass job. I want to conquer this nice ass car. I want to conquer that beautiful woman down the street. That kind of thing. But when you're talking about large shit, like countries and comfortable going to war and shit like that I don't know. And that is the thing. I want to know, like what causes someone to want that? What causes someone to have that thirst for power? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that turning point? And just think about it for a second, right? Every major dictator in the world, their ideology, shit. Speech problems, I'm sorry. Their ideologies had to start from somewhere, right? It don't just start from Monday to Tuesday. It's not like that. That shit started from somewhere. So my question and my thinking is, where did that shit start? Of course, it's not gonna be the same for every dictator, of course. But really and truly, like, where does that start? You know what I'm saying? Like, what causes that, bro? I'm not even gonna lie. I've been interested in this type of shit. Like, I've been curious about learning about people. You know, like learning different things about people. Another reason why I started this channel, just the interactions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what caused this person to be so different from the rest of society? Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but when you're different to the point of that, like you're a dictator and you're okay with that, that is the shit that's like, wait, what happened in your life to make you like that? What happened in your life to make you that way? You know what I'm saying? And then analogy that I'll bring up, you know, y'all see my Naruto seats, right? The Katsuki seats. My thing is like, all the villains in anime, right? Yeah, I think y'all already know where I'm going. They all have this tragic ass backstory. You know, when they get caught and shit like that, they're like, you know what, I just wanted love. I just wanted peace and shit like that. Like, no, the fuck you did it. You just wanted to kill people. But it should be shit like that be having me thinking, like, I know it's just a show. I know it's just a, anime. I know that. But some of that shit be like, I think based off of real things, like real people. Like, for example, Nagato. Y'all know Nagato, right? You know, six paths of pain. I'm not even gonna lie, I love that character. But what, like, his main ideology was, I want the world to know pain. The world shall know pain. You know what I'm saying? Not him as the person, but it could have been a double entendre. You know, they want to know. He wants the world to know him, the character Pain, and he wants the world to know pain, like grief and sorrow and shit like that. You know, that was my analogy. I wanted to bring that analogy up because his tragic backstory, I don't remember 100%, but it's like, he got abandoned by his family. You know, Jiraiya raised him and whatnot, but he had to leave to go to war. So he got abandoned by his family, and he had to deal with war at such an early age. And he had to be he had to be the guardian for Conan and the other guy. I don't remember exactly, but you know what I'm saying. That kind of thing, I'm not trying to justify it, okay? That's not me trying to justify his decisions or any dictator's decisions, but it'd be shit like that could lead you down the wrong path, you know? In human life, in the real life, that could lead you down gang life, you know, criminal life, you know, drug life and shit like that. That's the real life aspect of it. I just brought in an anime thing because it kind of relates, you know? That turning point, like, what is that damn turning point in your life to where you go from, like I said, a regular, normal, thinking human being to that, the person that we know now? You know what I'm saying? What is that turning point? You know, because not everyone is gonna go to that extreme. You know what I'm saying? We all have I feel like we all have some moment in our life to where we're not that person anymore. But of course, not everyone is gonna go to that extreme. But my main thing is, what is that damn turning? What is the turning point to where you go from regular, normal thinking human being to a damn dictator, and you're okay with that? I didn't want to bring it up, but you know, the North Korean dictator, like, what caused that? Like, what caused him to be that way? There had to be something. We may not know, because of course they're not gonna tell you, but it has to be something. Like, maybe there are some dictators in the past who revealed why they became this way, or whatever the case is. I've been real curious about that, like, cause, you know, maybe it's their upbringing or whatever the case is, and you know, if they had a different upbringing, they wouldn't have been this way. The video, I know she was probably thinking, like, you know what, Putin is gonna see this shit and cancel everything that he's doing. She was misguided about that. If that's what she thought, then she was misguided about that. But my whole thing is, like, Where the hell did that shit start? Where does this start for these people? You know what I'm saying? Man. Let me know what y'all think though. Seriously. Questions I have to ask, right? Do y'all think what upbringing could lead them down this path? What upbringing is more likely to lead them down this path? The upbringing of the discipline, the strict ass discipline, like no ifs, ands, or buts about it, or the more nurturing kind of discipline? Because even with that more nurturing kind of thing, if you nurturing a kid that's doing wrong, you're almost like edging them on. Like you're almost like you're encouraging them to continue doing that shit. So even too much nurturing could be a problem too. So let me know what y'all think. Are y'all more on the side of discipline, like hardcore discipline, or nurturing it? There's a middle ground too, but sometimes it's hard. It's hard to get that middle ground. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think about the poem itself. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was actually, yes, cringy, but it brought an interesting topic to me, you know? Let me know what y'all think though, man. I really appreciate it if you made it to the end. Another long ass video. I don't know, man. My thoughts just start flowing when I turn this damn camera on. So yeah, I really appreciate the support. I think we're at 1,200 subscribers right now. I think, you know. I think, you know, I don't want to, you know. Like, comment, subscribe. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Thank you. And more videos coming soon, man.